Hey guys, Tyler here bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on road to Kharkov, playing Future spawning in the north. We have Big Mac playing as US forces and his loadout is Rifle Company, Infantry and Armor. Teaming up with him will be Jackas4life. He's sporting tactical supports, special weapons and Vanguard. In the south we have Pure playing as Ostia. He has close air support, elite troops, and defensive. That's a bit of an unusual one. Teaming up with him will be qrter playing as OKW. He has Scavenge, Overwatch, and Firestorm.
Section is ready for
So, don't know if I've posted a video in the last couple of days on my channel. Apologies if not, because I've been, you may have seen me streaming in the ESL the other day. So that took up a lot of my time. I didn't really get a chance to record a cast. But here we go. And I also competed in ESL that day. I had a real close match against Momo, but just lost to him. Made a misplay. That cost me the match. Anyway, getting into the action, we see infantry section here trying to complete the cap before being forced off. Not very effective without their cover bonus. And especially in 2v2s, this garrison is just so important to hold on to. And we see that the Axis have won the race for that garrison, so despite the fact that I think there's only 2 windows out of this side, no there's 3, but I think sometimes their vision is obscured by that tree that's sitting there. So you can take engagements, especially if you put a sandbag here. It's a pretty good spot to be able to fight. And if you put a sandbag on the edge here, the sandbag, your opponent won't be able to use it because it's too far away from the garrisons for them to make use of it. So I think it's a pretty good spot to put a sandbag right there, especially in 2v2s. So a pretty early mortar coming out here from Pure. Interesting to see. Probably trying to win the battle for this garrison once again. This guy's MG42 chopping down some squads here. Looks like he's going for the garrison though. I'm worried about being flanked perhaps. Big fights here.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture
And most of qrter's stuff has been retreated, so MG's out here all by its lonesome. Now he's finally bringing his squads back onto the front line. Looks like he's jumping out of there. In a safe time, he probably could have stuck around for a second longer, especially with all these squads coming up for reinforcements. Well, this could be a wipe here if he switches targets, but he's not. Lucky there for Big Mac. Nothing more to go on so far. Okay, no kills yet. The Vickers in the garrison now, so probably, yep, he is indeed targeting that. Okay, so qrter did go for Firestorm. That's kind of interesting. There's there a few garrisons, so he may be able to make use of it, but yeah, I really think the strongest 2v2 commander at the moment is the one with the Command Panther. Special Operations, I believe it's called. Because artillery flare is so useful, and Command Panther means you can go both battle group and mechanized regiment, and you don't have to worry about taking all the way to tier 4 for your abilities to make Panthers. You can just call one in, and the Command Panther is just so powerful with that coordinated fire ability. We've seen it on several replays. Nice cut-off maneuver here by Jackass, and he's also got a mine down there. Axis in a bit of a sticky situation now with most of their resources cut off. They need to make a push across this flank. They're unopposed right now. Try to steal some of this territory. Inflict a similar amount of hurt onto their opponents. We see AEC coming out for Jackass now. Axis put down his tech structure, so he should be building a pack right now. Quarter. He's got one Shrek and a kid, in fact, that's rolling onto the field now. So he's pretty well prepared. Both the Axis players not too far behind. Wow. Look at this blob. Man, powerful blob. Just wipes that NG. Well, now he's got to be careful with this Grenadier retreating through 4 squads. Just jump into this garrison. No, okay. Probably should have jumped into the garrison and then exited the garrison before starting his retreat, but it's alright. Quarter tries to steal this MG42 back. Doesn't want that falling into the hands of the allies. Oh, MG42 is so dead. Oh no. Looks like he made that setup mistake there of hitting D crew rather than selecting the garrison. I've got the tutorial, my micro tutorial covers that, so you can check that out if you want to know how to exit garrisons properly. Oh, nice pickup there by 222. Down goes those engineers. It's going to hamper the repairs of this 222 if it receives much damage. We see a P-Green squad coming out from Pure, and he does have just about enough munitions for a squad of Shreks. I mean, Shrek upgrade. Problem with the P-Greens though against the AEC in its current incarnation is it just inflicts so much damage, and if you stay at max range you can bleed the Shreks pretty hard. I feel like it's safer to go for a pack first and then follow up with the P-Green Shrek squad. If we take a look at the tactical map, Allies in a very, very good spot right now. Oh no, this is a bad idea. He's gone for a flak half track. It's just too late for the flak half track. As you can see, he's got about 44 fuel in the bank. You're going to make this, make it exactly when you have that amount of fuel. And really, this doesn't stand much of a chance against the AEC. And I imagine, oh, okay, Big Mac's gone for the AA half track, so there's a pretty fair fight between the flak half track and the AA half track. Of course, the AA half track can shoot on the move. Kind of gives it the edge, but in terms of raw firepower, they're pretty similar in a straight 1v1 match.
Germans are making a push. Welcome to the death factory, boys. We're losing a capture point.
Looks like Jackas4life picked up that MG42. Kind of a shame he didn't bring up an MG to try and stop Pure's advance here. That's always useful. In fact, he has. There it is. I didn't even spot that there. Must have misclicked on that. It was back here for some reason. Squad of engineers though. But yeah, it really hampers your opponents pushing back onto the field if you bring up an MG once your pushing is kind of complete. A bit of AoE suppression there going on with that P-Green squad, so they're largely useless now against the AEC. Looks like the mortar's being brought in to try and counter this MG42. Look at that AoE suppression there. Oh, what? He went for another squad of P-Greens. I feel like that was a mistake. Definitely needs a pack. The pack and the P-Green combo are very good against AEC. If they both connect, well, both the Shreks and the pack connect, they're all one shot the AEC. The Shreks will do 240 damage, the pack 160, so that's the total 400 health for AEC. Wow, look at this! A forward assembly right up here for Jackas4life. Doesn't have the retreat point upgrade for that yet, but he's comboing that up with a mortar emplacement, so looks like he's going to try set up shop here right on his opponent's fuel and munitions point. He's going to be pretty hard to repel this attack, especially with only Panzergrenadiers. And a mortar. Of course, pure going for elite armor. Well, not elite armor, elite troops rather. It doesn't have access to the mortar half track, so it's going to be pretty tough.
A capture point is being overrun.
Oh, green squad getting very low. Gets out of there. The blob is real for Big Mac. Looks like he's got a few bazookas on there. Which is interesting. Interesting way to try and deal with the flak half track. His AA half track itself hasn't really been up to much though. Kind of just been sitting on this middle VP. A bit of friendly fire there from the mortar pit. AC's trying to get the culling blow with 222. Here it goes. Tricks miss the AEC. Got a pretty small target size, so good pick up there for Jackass. Oh no, look at that. Wow, mortar pit's just raining death on these P-Grens as they approach, and it's a very expensive reinforcer. Oh, he's got Shreks upgraded on this one as well. It'd be a big shame to lose that squad right now. So both teams have been without fuel for a large portion of this game. I feel like the Allies have had slightly better control of other territories though, so their resource income has been superior. And they have a VP lead as well, about 100 VPs ahead at this stage. They're definitely in control of this game. Kind of surprised Big Mac hasn't gone for an ambulance yet. Got quite a few low health squads he could really do with that. In fact, he does have an ambulance, so it's up here. Up forward assembly, so this is an interesting bit of teamwork here from the Allies. It's going to be a nice bit of healing there. We need to bring the ambulance a bit further forward though, so it is by default in the radius of where those troops are actually retreating to, so Jackass doesn't need that extra squad of micro. I mean, that extra bit of micro attacks being applied. So it looks like pure taking straight for tier 4. I feel like this is probably the best idea. Needs to get that Panzerwerfer to try and put some hurt on these blobs and also this emplacement region. And really tier 3 doesn't have too much to offer him. Bazookas will do a pretty good job against any Panzer IVs, flak Panzers and similar. And it's not like the Allies have much armor on the field at the moment either. They had a medium tank of some description, maybe a Cromwell, maybe then Panzer IV will be a good decision, but if he goes for a Panzer IV, he risks Jackass going straight for a high-tech unit. Oh, look at this. Rockets flying left and right. Looks like the mortar's going to get decrewed here. There it goes. You need to have 2 models to carry the mortar, so as soon as it gets down to 1 man, it will be decrewed. And a rather unusual split here. We're seeing pretty much lengthways along the map. Oh, lucky break here for the Axis. They've got the flak emplacements on their base. Sometimes when you're playing mixed Axis, you can get the bunkers instead, which are of course less desirable than the flak emplacements, which can do damage to tanks. Oh, here's trouble. Shred caught in a rough spot here, and these Royal Engineers just shredding through it, and it goes down there. A bit of support from these approaching infantry sections, so that's a big blow for qrter. Probably need something over there for support, maybe the flak half track. Ooh, Rakeden in a good spot there, knocks out the AA half track. So we're getting some shreks onto this AEC, which is on prioritized vehicles, which is why it's not shooting anything right now. AC is pushing the squad so they cannot line up a shot, and now he pops smoke to try and escape. Where's that Rakeden? Okay, it's facing that direction. It's going to be a tough... Oh no, he refaced it. He just left it facing in this direction. That would have been a dead AEC, but he right-clicked on it with his Rakeden, and in fact the AEC is going to get away there. There was a bit of a mistake there by qrter. Jackas now going for a Chromie. And this is what happens when you play longitudinally along this map. A lot easier to get these cutoffs going.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
This is what you would probably refer to as P-Green spam, going for 3 squads. I was upgrading that medic bunker, better late than never. Probably should have been using his allies healing though. Try and minimize the amount of bleed. Everyone's taking a breather right now. Pure getting pretty close to the fuel for a Panzerwerfer. But now that Jackas4life hits a Cromwell, he's got to be careful because he could very easily just dive on that Panzerwerfer with his Cromwell. This thing's so speedy. Great for chasing down those indirect fire weapons. Back half track in big trouble. Oh, look at all these bazookas. There's no way that's getting out. Here comes the Rakeden. And there it goes, retreating immediately. Doesn't want to run to this US forces blob here. On the back of this Cromwell. Allies gaining a lot of territory here. He's about to run over a shoe mine though. Is there anything to follow that up with? Doesn't look like it. Quite a few mines in the area, but nothing to follow up on that Cromwell, so that's a bit of a shame for qrter. If he did panic retreat that Rakeden, he might have been able to knock out the Cromie. It's like Pure made a push there. What's coming down here? Is that fake smoke? No, that's major artillery. Wow, major artillery, yay! The worst artillery in the game. 120 munitions, takes forever to come down, and 3 terrible shells with very poor AoE. Do not recommend at all. Pretty much no situation should you use it. It requires Vec 2 though to get that fake smoke, so I didn't have access to that. Which would have been a better choice in that particular circumstance. Looks like the mortar's focusing on the forward assembly. A bit of damage there. Oh, we got some stormtroopers here from Pure. Which really likes these Panzergrenadier-like squads. I don't know if we'll get that the Shrek or otherwise. Okay, we do have a Panzerwerfer and it's lining up the barrage here. This could be devastating if he's focusing more on the ambulance side of things. No, it's kind of more targeting the forward assembly there. It does a lot of damage to it, but doesn't really inflict much bleed. Looks like Jackas now coming in. Oh, he runs over a mine. Oh, and nicely done there. Rakeden on the flank. Knocks out the AC. Here comes the Cromwell though, diving on the Panzerwerfer. Shattering all those mines as well. Yes, mines be damned. Well, this is not a good idea. Looks like he's trying to wipe the squad on retreat. Trying to crush them here. Gotta be careful though. 2 Shreks and now a Rakeden on the field. It's gonna be trouble. Hasn't managed to squash any of them yet. Here come more Shreks as well. It's going to be trouble. So just shoot them off here. There we go. Ooh, wow, down goes the Cromwell. So Pure gets revenge there. Panzerwerfer for Cromwell. Pretty even trade, really. I know the Cromwell's more expensive in terms of fuel. And what is this? Oh no. Quarter's going for the Flampanzer hits it. This is a bad idea in pretty much every situation. I feel like this could probably afford to come about one command point earlier. But now he's calling in at 11 CPs at that. It's about to go down to concentrate bazooka fire here, I think. Right, we've got a lot of Peregrines coming in here from the south, and that's going to be another mass retreat from Big Mac. He's also floating a lot of manpower. The strafing support coming in, trying to finish the job on the heads there. And it'll be interesting to see what Pure goes for next. He's ready for another Panzerwerfer, but I'm not sure if he's going to bring it in or not. How's the mortar pit doing? 16 kills, Vet 3, okay. Oh, that's a nasty strafing support, wow. This is just such a strong ability, really. Quite a lot of float from the allies, as I was mentioning earlier. Maybe Big Mac could chuck down some munitions caches. Both these guys could benefit from a bit more munitions. Of course, Big Mac could spam the White Foss and grenades, which he has teched. And of course, you can't go wrong with strafing support. Here comes the Easy 8 running head on into a lot of anti-tank. It's going to be out of commission for a long time repairing now. Here comes the Hetzer. Oh, can run over walls. I'm kind of surprised. Looks quite dainty. Making moves onto these riflemen with bazookas. And a big push here coming out. A lot of squads here, but they're getting blasted by these mortar pits, just absolutely obliterated. What would actually be quite good if he brought this Hetzer over to try and put some flames on this mortar emplacement. Instead of just running into massive amounts of bazookas. So he's activated recoup losses, so he's getting manpower back. All the losses he's taken here. Easy 8's coming into the action, trying to knock out the Hetzer. Be careful though, he's got a lot of rockets. Oh no, wow. A lot of losses there for Quarter. We've got a glider coming in now as well. Oh no, mortar pit wipes that squad. Glider always causes some interesting physics. Oh!
Lost an officer in action.
Looks like that was mutually assured destruction. P-Green squad in exchange for the air landing officer. That P-Green squad had the Shrek, so I think Jackass came out on top there. Okay, Pure should probably call in that Panzerwerfer. He's been floating for quite a while now. Looks like he's been saving for a okay, he's bringing in the Tiger Ace instead. Alright, so we'll see what the Tiger Ace can get done here. Maybe the Axis coordinate their push with the Hetzer to do some good damage to the mortar pit. This could go quite well. There's
Threatening a capture point.
only one 6-pounder, bazookas and the Easy 8 to deal with this Tiger Ace, and that probably not going to be enough if I'm honest.
The enemy cut our supply line.
It's like Jackass actually bring in the Sherman Firefly, so that's actually going to be very, very effective against the Tiger Ace. Yeah, with that ace now we see Pure's income very, very low. He's only got one squad of Pioneers for repairs as well. Usually you want 2 squads of Pioneers before calling in the ace, because otherwise you could sit out of commission being repaired for such a long time, and it's especially costly with the ace, with that heavy manpower tax. Not desirable at all. We've got strafing support being brought in to try and repel this advance from Pure. So once again, not up to much, sprinkling these riflemen with a bit of fire. They're taking a lot of bazooka damage in return. Oh, here comes the Stuka barrage though. He gets maybe 2 kills there, 3 kills. Nothing to brag about. Here comes the easy 8 though. Oh, but it gets shattered by the P-Greens and the Tiger Ace. It continues to sprinkle damage while trying to back away from these bazookas. He's getting caught on the trees now. This could be the end of the Hetzer. He's doing a pirouette. He's in big trouble. And down he goes. Just such a useless vehicle. Really. Still mortar in trouble from mortar pit fire. Looks like he may get out in the nick of time though. No, strafing support has other ideas. Gets the culling blow there. See, the map continues to be divided along this axis. Big Mac continues to float a lot. In the VP situation, and I still about 100 VPs ahead.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Tiger Race back up to full. Kind of lucky that it's got those Vet 2 Pioneers. That's where they gain the increased repair speeds. Oh, Jackass making off with the mortar crew.
We're losing a capture point.
Where's the block? Here it is. We've also got 2 M1AT guns making their way to the front line, I imagine, to try and dish out some pain to this Tiger Ace. But here comes the Firefly. Doesn't have enough munitions for tulip rockets, and this is where, as I was saying before, it could be useful for Big Mac to spend some of his manpower some caches. Tiger Ace trying to stay at max range. Tiger Ace has great sight range and 50 attack range as well, so you can kite these bazookas pretty effectively. You can deal a lot of damage to them. And as you can see here, he's bleeding a lot from those rifle squads. That's Tiger Ace doing 11 kills so far. Okay. Not going to criticize that. This is very curious. He gets stormtroopers and then upgrades them with the STGs. Of course they do have the camouflage, but you might as well just get Panzergrenadiers in my opinion. Save yourself the munitions. But I believe there is a bug fix coming for stormtroopers. They're fixing their veterancy at the moment. They probably about 60% more experience to vet up compared to Panzergrenadiers, but I think that's getting fixed in the next patch, so maybe once that gets fixed we'll see a bit more stormtrooper play. Which I personally look forward to, a bit of unit diversity. I haven't seen stormtroopers much since Von Ivan's ESL stormtrooper strategies. Oh, Kevin gets decrewed there. By Foster's being brought in, forcing that retreat as well. M1 gets a few choice hits onto the Tiger Ace, forcing it away, and we've got P-Greens with streaks coming up here. Firefly's got to be careful. Hopefully they're focusing on the M1 instead. No, now they switch targets. Two strikes connect on the rear arm of the Firefly. Oh, mortar pits though, raining death. And a very expensive recrew there on the M1. Can't afford to do that when you got the Tiger Ace taxing your manpower. I'm not sure if he's even going to get away with it here. Where's he even running it? He's drunk. The crew is drunk. Oh, here comes some Stug rockets. Looks like he targeted the mortar pit. Doesn't do much though. Generally not worthwhile trying to use your Stuka. Oh no, that was the rocket barrage. Okay. Well, either way, not a good idea to try and use this or the walking Stuka on the mortar pit. It just doesn't score very good hits on it often. Handsworth is okay, but yeah, walking Stuka, just don't bother. Try and focus on the squads repairing it, if anything. Oh, we've still got this front line. Split down this lengthways. Oh, this could be nasty.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Right, the west has been evaded. And luckily they've got this forward assembly and ambulance nearby for forward reinforcement. Here comes the Tiger Ace though. It'll be very deadly against this rifle blob. Man, this is just carnage. A lot of bleed there onto bigmac's rifle block. Oh, even worse as they're retreating. 19 kills now on the Tiger Ace. Here it comes. His designs on destroying this mortar emplacement. Got 2 AT guns though. This one's activated the Sabot rounds. Probably pop brace on the mortar pit. He's gonna risk it though. Oh, main gun destroyed on the Tiger Ace. Firefly looks like it wants to chase. Where are the P-grins? No, there's nothing nearby. Firefly's got a very slow turret rotation though, so even if he does get around here, he may not be able to land a shot on that Tiger Ace. Pretty slow as well. Not very good at chasing. Until you get the emergency war speed, which doesn't have enabled yet. Oh, Luke's in trouble here. M1. Yep, there it goes. Oopsie daisy. Tiger Ace in the back here. And repairs from the mechanized HQ. In fact, Pure did lose his Pioneer, so he doesn't have anything to repair it with. Probably rebuild a squad or two of those. Big rush coming, targeting the rifle blob. There's a few kills there. Few kills, 15 so far. Okay, he's doing alright with that walking Stuka. Oh, we had white phosphorus drop there on the MG42. Nothing to go in for the follow-up kill though, and that thing's Vet 3. I'm sure the allies would love to kill it. Oh no, another Hetzer. Why are you subjecting me to this torture? Such an awful tank. It's like Black Panzer's useless brother. Same cost, or just about. Not nearly as effective. There you go, he's charging it in head on. A lot of bazookas, M1, Firefly here. Gonna get around the corner of this garrison. Where's he going? Is he going to be able to burn this emplacement? No. Have more bazookas, that's all it needs, and down it goes immediately after building it. Charges it in and it dies. Excellent preservation there by Qrter. Oh, we got a Sturmpanzer! Hey-oh, love this thing. Probably not the best choice against a Firefly though, it will penetrate it very easily from the front. But hey, see how it gets on. Oh, there we go. 2 hits, 2 kills. 1 hit, 2 kills. Oh, and the Tiger Ace with the follow-up. What a team. And somehow the Axis, they seem to have an inferior army, but they've got superior map control. The Allies really boxing themselves into this rather small area of the map. I think it's because Big Mac hasn't made any more Easy 8s. Made a pair of Easy 8s, you'd be able to take control of this side of the map very easily. It's got the fuel to do so. So, strafing support, pushing back the Tiger Ace and the Sturmpanzer. Firefly now has the emergency war speed enabled. What's this coming out here? Okay. What is bringing out another truck? Looks like he's planning on putting up his tier 4 somewhere. That would be good. If he puts it somewhere like here, try to stop those planes. Shoot down these strafing support planes. So powerful. Looks like the Bombardier moving across this way. In conjunction with the Tiger Ace, and this Tiger Ace is doing a lot of damage to these rifle squads. 25 kills now. And I don't know how Pure isn't suffering worse under this heavy manpower tax. But these expensive Peregrine squads to reinforce, he's got nothing to repair his Tiger Ace with, but somehow he's hanging on, and the Allies, usually by the time you get this late in the game, the manpower tax has really sapped the strength out of the austere player, but is not the case yet. But here comes the Crocodile for Jackass, and this is going to cause all sorts of issues for the Axis infantry. In fact, this could be the game ender. Especially because qrter is still so far away from any form of tank apart from the Hetzer if he decides to put down his tech structure. So he's not going to be very useful against this Crocodile with his infantry based AT only. Looks like we do have some Easy 8s now for Big Mac. And now the Allies seem to have a pretty big armor advantage, and this could be the game ender here. They've got such a strong army. Firefly, Crocodile, 2 Easy 8s against a lot of infantry based AT, but the Crocodile should be pretty effective against all that. Here comes a rifle blob, putting in some hit. Sturmpanzer taking some AT down shots though. Oh, he's in trouble here. Bouncing shots though. Maybe if he bounces a few more, he pops smoke. He's going to get out of there, I think. Nice Stuka barrage, clears one of the AT guns. Here comes the Croc though. Decrews one Raketten. Tiger Ace needs to keep that honest. Pioneer's about to go down. Maybe he just needs to focus on the rifle squad now. Trying to inflict as much bleed as possible. Easy 8 went down to the Puma. Puma actually also went down. Looks like maybe some bazookas of the Croc. And the X is really losing a lot of territory right now. Mainly on the back of this Crocodile, but also with all that supporting anti-tank. Oh! Sturmpanzer lucky to escape with its life there. I thought maybe lining up a few tulip rockets. A major recon coming in there. There is indeed. Nice to see a bit of major recon. Often forgotten about, but can be pretty handy, especially if you don't have recon in either of your doctors. I suppose he's got rifle flares, but I don't see many people using those either, if I'm honest. Well, we've got some infantry charging against the croc. This never ends well. Oh, it looks like he's trying to steal that kitten back, but the croc has other ideas. Oh no, oh no, he loses his vetted up pea greens. Wow, why? Why? Oh why? Oh why? Lose your pea greens. He keeps targeting this area, but he hasn't been very effective in the last... in that barrage specifically. Also, if he does get to Vet 4 and gets those incendiary rockets, you've got to get quite close with them, otherwise they do have quite a large amount of scatter. Alright, phosphorus coming down on the MG42, also his squads emerging from the base, and that's probably going to be a mass retreat as a result. Axis armor just about back up to full though. Oh, he did put down his Schwer, but he put it down in this corner. Interesting. So, I mean, they don't have much fuel income, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. He may have to just go for a Panzer IV. Otherwise, I think he's going to be losing before he can save up for the Panther. Oh, we got strafing support coming in once again, mainly because they pretty much doubled the munitions for the last few minutes. Making the exit from the base even tougher. Croc back up to full. Also has emergency war speed now. It'll be pretty much impossible to kill. Oh, Sturmpanzer barely gets out of there alive. There comes a croc. Croc vs Tiger Ace. Battle of the high health tanks. Oh, in fact the croc got stunned there, I think, by the Sturmpanzer. Now the croc's in a bit of trouble. No, down goes the Sturmpanzer due to the Firefly. Dual rockets come in, I think at least one of them connected, maybe two. Now the X is really low on armor. Just got this line Tiger Ace. He lost his Peregrine Shreks at some point as well. Well, these guys are a couple Pios. Pretty grim for them right now. Oh, Quarter has spent some fuel. What's he making? He's making a Yak Panther. Okay, that was kind of unexpected, but pretty good choice. Nonetheless, pretty effective against the Firefly. Just got to be careful to not get one hit by the Tulip Rocket Firefly combo. But in terms of like 1v1 the Jagdpanzer has pretty good rate of fire, which would ultimately carry it to victory over the Firefly. Unless the Firefly gets to Vet 3,
At your service,
it's that extra damage. And it would turn the tide back into its favour. Especially if you abuse the camouflage on this thing. But man, this camo is so overpowered. And another glider coming in for Jackass. In fact, that's a Jackson to team up. The Easy 8, interesting decision. I think he probably could have just spammed Easy 8s, if I'm honest. I don't think the Jackson's going to be terribly effective against the Tiger Race. Tiger Race using some pretty heavy damage on it from that Firefly AT gun combo. Pops the tulip rockets, but they miss. Easy 8 took a bit of damage from the JB4 as well. Ooh, pretty good rockets there. A lot of damage to those two squads, so the Axis still got some life left in them.
Ready for action.
But yeah, at this stage, Pure's army is just so small. That manpower tax and fuel tax from the Tiger Ace, 90% and 25% respectively. Just draining his army. He's got just about nothing on the field. Excuse my phone there.
The Scharfschütze has arrived.
My Phosphorus coming in onto the VP. Looks like he's going to stick around and try to complete the cap though. But no, it's slightly more on the machine gun. Pretty nicely dodged there by qrter. Now we got Vet 3 on the Firefly, so it's when it really starts to hit hard with that plus 80 damage. Churchill soaking up the damage, but he's taking hits from both the Tiger Ace and the pack. Okay, once again, Stuka not really getting much in the way of kills, and a barrage once again. Oh, the squad's probably going to go down here. Doesn't have the MG upgrade yet, but doesn't matter. Main gun does the trick. Another white phosphorus onto the support weapons here. He went for a sniper. This is... And now he's trying to snipe this MG, which is interesting. I suppose it's not going to cost him any manpower, so in that respect maybe it is a good idea with elite troops, but it's the mortar pit. Maybe not the best idea.
The situation is becoming critical. We have only 50 points remaining.
We've got another... Oh no, it's raid operation coming in. Oh, there was striking squad as well. down those pyres pretty hard.
We have casualties.
Churchill charging forwards. Second turret rocket doesn't connect. Churchill clears the pack.
We are close to defeat. 25 points remaining.
Looks like he has to disengage though. JP4 dishing out some damage. Pops war speed there to get away from the JP4. Need to see that Jackson in action. Hasn't got a single lick of veterancy so far. Oh, it's going to be nasty. Oh, the friendly fire ends up clearing the pack.
Let's consolidate. We are down to 10 points.
Oh no, they tried to pick up the bazooka and they died. Still Axis at 8 VPs, about to drain out here. So to summarise the game, I think this was a pretty interesting position here the Allies took. And it seemed to work pretty well for them. I feel like they need to be a bit more aggressive with their tanks, especially their tank destroyers. I think they could have probably closed the game out a lot earlier. They've done so, and also Big Mac needs to work on not floating so much throughout the game. As for the Axis, don't make hits. I think that's one of the main takeaways from this game. Don't think Firestorm really has that much to offer on a 2v2. And a 1v1 on a garrison heavy map, it's alright, but other than that, probably recommend you avoiding this doctrine. And yeah. Wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.